I don't know from anywhere. I don't know anywhere up north if y'all have cicadas, but the motherfuckers are insane. They're outside yelling all day. That's all they do all day. All day they yell. Yes, they yell. You walk outside and they're. It's insane, bro. It's insane. They need to be exterminated. I don't think they actually contribute anything to like the environment or anything. You know what I'm saying? At all. But other than that, bro, we got content creation. The game has changed. Yes, it's getting scary, bro. And it's like, you know what? I ain't finna do my usual long ass talking intro. You already know the deal. Like, subscribe. The original creator, show him his love, and let's get into it.
Bruh, I have been
Follow my Instagram, follow my Instagram, follow my Instagram, follow my Instagram.
wanting to record this video for quite some months now, but I keep on like putting it off.
God, get an ad blocker, guys.
I'm just like, bro, just record it now while I got like the motivation for it and the energy for it. So that's why I'm recording it right now. And also, pardon me if I like make like pauses during certain points. I'm recovering from like an ear infection, and it's just kind of weird talking at some points and like hearing a slight echo of my own voice in my head. So excuse me for that. Content creation was never supposed to be like this.
Right.
It was never supposed to be like this. Like, I remember starting out on YouTube back in like late 2008, 2009. This junk was something like you did for fun. Like, it was kind of like an awkward thing to do at that point. If my friends found out back in those days how I was doing like YouTube and uploading vids of myself on the internet, they was like, you're it was like corny, like almost, or cringy. It used to be.
Bro, I remember I made the mistake, bro. I made the mistake of when I first started YouTube, my first video back in 2020, I did a get to know me, bro, and I posted that shit on my Snapchat, bro. So if you go back to that video or like older videos, like that video and like, I guess, like the 3 after that, the 5 after that, it's filled with nothing but like people I known on my social media. That was bad, bro, because not only did they fall off and not give a fuck after like a few weeks, they also knew at my school, bro. So they kept coming up to me in my school. Yo, is my mustache all right? Yo, when you making another video? Why'd you say this? What'd you do with that? And I was just embarrassed. I was like, nigga, leave me alone.
This like fun, awkward thing that you would do, you know, people just sitting in their house, just recording them talk about whatever their interests in games or makeup or music, whatever. Now today, there is such a different vibe and culture when it comes to content creation and streaming as well, which I'm gonna get into. It's just very different with content creation today.
Because now I feel like it's being taken more serious. Content creation is being taken more serious. You can go back and look at my older video, like my oldest video, and I was just, well, not my first video, I was kind of like monotone, but the video after that, it's like all hyper energy, upper active. Now everybody's doing it for a check. You know what I'm saying? I mean, obviously I calmed down a little bit because I got a little older. Not really. You know, I'm still the same. No matter how old I get, I'll always be the same. But like, it's just that like, you know, as you get older, like some shit just gets serious for some people. You know, some people want to make money, make a living. You know, some people work their jobs like me. But for most people like me, it's like a passion. So you can really tell who's in it for the money versus who in it for like their passion for it. You can click on a video and see how a person acts if they're up in the fucking corner just sitting there on their phone the whole time. No. Yep. And just flood the algorithm with themselves because you know they're not going to do shit. Versus someone like me who pauses, talks, you know, gives a little lore, a little backstory, God of War artifacts, you know, 100% platinum trophy, nigga. Like, advice. I'm not fake, bro. I've been the same way since my younger self. Talk the same way, act the same way. Monotone today could be crazy hyper tomorrow. That's just who I am, bro. I ain't got to fake this shit.
The level of competition you feel, the level of insecurity that even comes with this junk, the level of constantly comparing yourself to others, of them doing the same stuff that you're doing, that comes with this junk. You feel like you gotta post something every day or every other day just to remain relevant. Now you never know who genuinely rocks with you versus who's just trying to use you to get to a higher point in whatever they're trying to do. I wanted to talk about streaming in particular because streaming is something that I have been contemplating. Yo, how much longer can I do this junk? Seriously.
Streaming, bro. Streaming is becoming an evil hobby. And by that, I mean, like, you know, people, like, just a few years ago alone, streamers were called weird. They were called weird, and now it's like every rapper who falls off, every actor who falls off, any content creator who falls off goes to streaming, and they bring their platform from TikTok, Instagram, their music, whatever, on the streaming. You know, so it's just like something they were never truly passionate about. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of ruins it for people who always been like on the creator side because, you know, like let's be for real. Someone like, I'm trying to give an example of a low creator like Queso, I guess. Queso, you know, chilling in his room, Dante, XQC. And then you got, let's say Kim Kardashian starts streaming. You know what I'm saying? Now her shit's flooded because she's a bigger celebrity. She's a high profile. So it takes away from other creators. And I'm not saying that, like, so what are you saying? They shouldn't get on the platform? No, I'm saying they am. But if you're doing it just to get, because, you know, all the money you get from streaming and all the extra shit. I mean, who wouldn't watch Kim Kardashian if she, you know, did some big, spectacular, grand thing versus someone else that's just coming up? You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like an inflation in the market. You know, and the inflation's with higher profile celebrities. You know, and then you got bigger people like Kai Cenat streaming with other huge celebrities, getting them into this shit. It just kind of makes it harder for yourself. So now you're necessarily competing with like come on, dude, you're competing with Kim K. You're competing with Kanye, bro. I mean, you might be a good streamer, but their fan base has been around for like 2+ generations. It's insane.
How much longer can I do this junk? Streaming is getting to a place for me personally to where some of the fun is being taken out of it.
Like when you think about it, bro, when I put it in this way, when I was a kid, I remember I used to see Kanye on MTV. And he's still relevant to this day. When I was a young boy, I'm talking about what, like pre-K, first grade. Let's just go back that far. When I was a young boy, Kanye West was still on MTV. He was relevant, and he's relevant to this day. Do you know how big his fucking fan base is? Like, just take time to think about, and he was relevant before I was born. I was born in 2004. So think of his base, all that time he had to grow his fan base compared to a nigga who just popped out like 2 years ago. You're done. It's over. The battle's lost, bro. It's over because how are you going to compete with someone with a 20+ year fan base? Or someone who has a big ass $1 billion brand, their own TV series, all that, bro. It's really now that you got to work 10 times harder. Sorry for the
you
app.
Feel this like pressure all of a sudden, like you have to be doing more. And I don't want to get this misconstrued with, you know, people not wanting to improve their streams or like competition is bad. Competition is a great thing. However, the meta for, I guess, what is now deemed as like top stream content or like the most popular stream content out there. It has changed, and it's changed because of people like Kai Cenat and Speed and Aiden Ross, and you have celebrities now that stream that have came to the streaming space, and now they stream. Now you
T-Pain and T Grizzly are the first two that come to my mind, and now Soulja Boy too.
Legit feel like you're competing against multi-millionaires that got all this money and all these resources, and they can bring in their celebrity friends on their stream, and here you are in your crusty, dusty ass room saying, all right, guys, we about to boot up some we're about to boot up Fortnite or freaking Valorant or whatever, and you kind of are like fighting this mental battle of like, this is what we're supposed to be doing on Twitch, right? Just sitting down and talking to chat and playing games. I've seen recently, with the Kai's a whole streamer university thing that he did recently, to where he's bringing in all these different streamers. He got like professors that are gonna I guess teach them, and then like other people he brought in. I have seen streamers crash the F out over not making Kai's streamer university list.
So
I've seen streamers crash out. I've seen streamers literally cry on camera about this junk. And I'm like, yo.
Yeah, because a lot of them quit their jobs and dropped out of school, bro. Like some idiots. Idiots. It's insane, bro. Why would you ever do that? There's a lot of streamers who are in college or that have a job that still stream. Bro, don't do that dumb shit.
This junk has gotten real. This junk has gotten real, bro. People are thirsty for an opportunity to make it on these platforms.
They don't put in the work, bro. They post 1-2 videos a week and call it a day. You're not going to grow like that, man. And I'm not saying put out short, mediocre content, but at the same time, if you got to compete, bro. You got to compete. And it's not like a bad competition. Competition ain't never always a bad thing. It ain't always a bad thing to compete, bro. It's fun to compete, and it motivates you to do better. There's another YouTuber on here who posts legit like 2-3 videos every day. I gotta give him his props. It's Astro Dior, bro. He posts around a minimum of 2 videos a day. That's what I see. Like a minimum. And he has like 8-7 different channels, bro. Probably more than that, bro. But it's like that motivates me, someone like me, to do better. Like, because originally, you can go look at the timestamps from January to now. All of January, all of February, I was only posting damn near like 1-2 videos a week. And it's like, I'm so passionate about this shit. I'm so invested in this shit. I was like, I got to do more. And now it's like, there's so many bad ways to go about it too. Like paying for promotions. I heard those subscribers don't even stay around long term. Now they're seeing YouTube Shorts is bad. Now they're seeing this is bad. Now they're seeing upload times, bro. It's just like so hard to navigate. And I know it gets hard to navigate your way through, but it gets better, bro.
Right now, people are willing to do anything to get some type of traction, get some type of clout on these platforms right now. And I thought it was gonna be for like a month. I found out this junk is only for like a weekend, like 3 days, like it's 2 or 3 days. And suckers think that if they get on this junk, it's gonna change their whole damn livelihood or something. Now maybe for 2, 3, 4 people, maybe, who knows, maybe. I truly hope it does. But all the suckers that get on this I don't know if it's a show or a stream, whatever. You cannot think like just because you make it into this thing, your Twitch career is just about to blow up. Like it's just about to blow up, and all of a sudden you are going from getting 1 or 2 viewers and plus Mubot. And then all of a sudden, you getting 1,000, 2,000, 50,000 plus viewers just because you made it into Kai Cenat streamer. It's crazy how like competitive and how like desperate people have gotten to make it with this content creation stuff. Like all of the people that are trying to get into this junk now, I've talked to so many people that are trying to get into YouTube or trying to get into Twitch, whatever, and they ask me for advice, and I'm like, bro, I know I've been doing this junk for a long time, but it's not like I'm like mega successful at this junk. I'm grateful for what I built, but I don't have all the answers to this junk. I am literally a guy that almost had virtually, I mean, of course, some people have helped me along the way, but I don't do a lot of collabs. Like I could probably count on maybe 1 or 2 hands the amount of collabs I've done in 16 plus years of doing this junk. I don't do a lot of collabs. So when people ask me for advice, I'm like, listen, bro, I'm not, sometimes I feel like I'm not qualified to even, I mean, I know stuff, but sometimes I feel like I'm not qualified to give advice because I didn't really follow what other people do. And maybe that was a little bit to my detriment, but it's kind of just the way that I roll. You know, you constantly have to have in your head like, yo, does this person actually like genuinely rock with me, or are they just trying to use me to get to, you know, the next, you know, step of their content creation career? And I've dealt with so many people that, you know, you think that they're cool with you, and then you find out they talking trash behind your back, but then when you around, they freaking smiling in your face like, hey gamer, F you, die. Like, seriously. So it's like, it's there is a lot that comes with this junk. And I feel like the people that are getting into this junk now, if you don't realize that in 6 months, in 12 months, in 2 years, 3, 4, 5, 6, sometimes, bro, this junk takes a decade plus for you to be able to like really build some traction and start doing some stuff. I be seeing so many people come into this junk and they just think in a few months, like if they don't have a certain amount of follows, they failed. Bro, you competing with literally the whole world now. Everybody got a damn phone now making content from their car, just eating, you know, in their freaking cars or ranting, crying about something. You literally competing with the whole world now. So if you think you about to get on YouTube or Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, whatever, and you just about to make something pop in a few months, a year, 2, 3 years even,
dude, I laugh.
Baby, you got the game twisted. You got the game twisted. And
hey, his last funny, bro. His last funny as hell.
See so many new content creators crash the F out if they feel like they're not where they should be in a few months or a year. And I just kind of be laughing in my head because I'm like, nigga.
I get it, bro. I definitely get it. So I think when I started YouTube back up in December, or was it late November? Either one, where I posted the Miles Morales video. No, because I had a video before that. It was the Ice Spice reaction back last year. So around that time, I think I started with 280 subscribers. Let's just say December, bro. 280 subscribers. And from December till now, I got in 100 plus, 150, something like that. But that was me being inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? Everyone that comments on my videos, I engage. You know, there might have been 1 or 2 that I missed, but I'm going to go find them and I'm going to comment. You know, it's just like I've been struggling with consistency. I'm pretty sure from December all the way up to this point now, what's really scary is from December all the way up until this point now, December of last year, I could have well been over 1,000 subscribers. if I just stuck to the formula I've been doing lately, the last month. Which was posting not every single exact day, but I would, so like today, I've said it in other videos too, I record multiple videos in a day and I take time to edit, put them out. Some days I'll do edit one by one, and some days I'll edit all in one night and schedule them depending on the topic of the video, if it's time sensitive or not. And then I would make shorts, put out shorts of the interesting parts, get them out to the people, and, you know, bring some of the shorts over here, get new fans, or not fans, I don't got fans, supporters, get new supporters and whatnot. All that shit, bro. It's just, you gotta really be dedicated. And I'm banking, like, by the year ends, I feel like I'll have 1,000, because I've really locked in from the beginning of the year. You know, I had a few things happen. You know, work was stressing me out too, so I haven't been that active. But I'm banking, if I stick to this formula, by the end of the year, I'll have over 1,000. I'll be able to make money, and I'll be able to stay at home. So when I get to stay at home, I can push out more content. I can do like 2-3 videos a day. I can do big ass gameplays. I might even start streaming on Twitch. Who knows? It's just, you gotta want it, bro.
Hey, I'm speaking some real stuff. I'll be like, bro, I literally sacrificed my whole damn life just to get what I got. And you like, and you said, oh, it's not fair, I can't get this, or I can't, bro, you literally have to almost have like an obsessive obsession with not having a life to make this junk happen. You almost have to have like this undying flame of passion.
I do, bro. Actually, I'm glad he said that. Last year I went through something really tragic. You know, and I prayed to God. I said, yo, I literally said to God, just put, like, give me a burning, like, passion just to keep doing and going and not get tired of this ever until I die. And until I started in December, that's all that's been on my mind, bro. I was actually in college for a bit, and I was just so drained. Don't get me wrong, I didn't like drop out, say fuck it, and start doing this full time. No, I'm actually waiting to take a certificate, get my CompTIA AA+. I said that before too, but you know, I was just like, damn, dude, I'm not happy. I'm like, I really love being a creator. I would like to break into different spaces, collab with different people, and do different things in my life. So I started taking this shit more seriously. That's why, like, I've sacrificed most of my weekends. I gave up most of my weekends, bro. I can't even tell you the last time I went out with my friends, went out, partied, had a drink, went out, stayed at a girl's house. Like, I want it, bro. I really do. And it's like, shit like this really makes or break you. It's like this for every industry. Whenever you go to model and acting castings, there's a big ass line that wraps to outside the building, bro. You're gonna fail. Failure is a part of this shit. No matter what, you're gonna fail. You can go to 50 auditions. 50 auditions just packed outside the door. You can fail 49 times, and that's where most people give up. But all it takes is that 50th time, bro. You know how many stories there are of current actors now that had to fail so many times. Michael B. Jordan, after his role on The Wire, was legit looking for fast food jobs just to eat, bro. Cause he never thought he was gonna have a career again. There's so many, you never know somebody's story. Everybody thinks like, oh, these niggas just got put here. No, bro, no. People had to work, bro. There's a lot of actors, especially guys, that were like construction workers before this shit. There's a lot of models, like girls, who were in healthcare and assistants and blah, 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 whatnot. Even in business, bro, there's people that starts off as fucking janitors, in janitors, assistants, receptionists, all that shit. And they become fucking CEOs, bro. It's about how bad you want it, bro. Please, if you ever Just take time. Listen to me, bro. Whatever you do, just take time to yourself. I say like a week, right? And just think, what do I like to do? What do I want to do? Da 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 da. And whatever it is, chase it with your heart, bro. Please don't show up, put up minimal effort, and think you're going to get success and cry asking what's going on. If you want to be a model, like a top tier model, A+, S+ rank, no Resident Evil, you gotta eat healthy. You gotta work out. You gotta get a new skincare routine. You gotta stop eating certain stuff. That's how it is. If you want to be a YouTuber, game player, you gotta have a personality. You gotta turn that camera on. You can't do minimum effort and expect something to grow. If you want to be an athlete, you gotta hit the gym. You gotta stay there after everybody leaves, bro. It's just how it goes. And I don't want to see nobody fail. That's why I'm saying this. That's why I'm passionate about this. I want to see everybody win, bro.
A true passion to actually make this junk work. And the fact of the matter is, a lot of these suckers don't really got that passion. They just see. We all know how much money you can make on the internet now. If you make this junk pop on the internet, on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Kick, whatever, everyone knows how much money you can make if you are successful at this junk. And I feel like that's why it is so oversaturated now. People are getting into this junk for the wrong
money
thing. They're getting into it like, yo, if I could make this junk pop and this could be my little side hustle. Like, man, I could do this. I could do that, bro.
And you see why I don't have a certain format on my channel? You see how I can post 10 reactions and then do a gameplay? You ever wonder that? Because if I really was in it for the money, I would just do the same thing over and over. Some mediocre reaction over and over just to get a following. Just for the money to keep coming in. I'm marketing myself, bro. Whenever people see my videos, I don't want them, oh, that's that reaction. I know it's him. Kind of like Corey Kenshin. Corey Kenshin can make a Spooky Scary Sunday. He can do a horror game gameplay, or he can do a reaction video, a cooking with Kenshin, a vlog, da-da-da. Because that's Corey. He ain't the horror game guy. He ain't the guy that just does the reaction Spooky Scary Sunday videos. They're like, no, that's Corey. That's why he's able to make a video playing a horror game. Next day, make a video cooking something to eat. Next day after that, show his setup. Whenever he plays games, he can play a game. Corey can play a game from 15 years ago today, if he wanted to. Because he ain't always on the newest games. He ain't trying to get it out first because the name it's associated with. It's because of who's doing it, bro. So, my last thing I'm going to say is, whatever you do, bro, do it your way. Please don't do anything acting like somebody else. Because they're already there. They don't need two of you, bro. They don't need two of you. There's no reason, if there's some person acting like this, doing this, saying this, acting like that, that you need to be doing the same thing. What point is there of two? They're just going to go with the original. Be yourself. I love you guys, and peace. See you in the next one.